What's up everyone guys, my name is Victor Basu and welcome to my channel Windows Victor. So today is going to be a space research update episode. So our first update is the discovery of a black hole. Now scientists have set to unveil the first picture of a black hole. It is not an easy job for them to just to take the picture of a black hole through a normal or a giant telescope. Actually, the story is that the scientists have always kept track of the various stars of the galaxies. Now these stars, how they are orbiting and their motion, whether they are fasting up a speed, means they are speeding up their orbit around a particular axis, or the way they are moving. These lights of the lights of emitted by these stars are actually tracked by the scientists through the telescopes. Now the logic is very simple. The gravitational pull of this black hole are strong enough to make the star orbit around its axis very quickly, as fast as 20 years. So that's why these light emitted by these stars are actually tracked. Now let's see how they are tracking these black holes. In April 2017, 8 different radio telescopes were scattered across the globe to keep track on two of the black holes that are present in very different corners of the universe. Now these regions are Hawaii, Arizona, Spain, Mexico, Chile and the South Pole. Now the concept of the scientists are simple. Rather than creating a giant powerful telescope, they have rather scattered different telescopes in different corners of the universe to keep track on these black holes. Now they have imagined as if a very giant mirror is fragmented and scattered all across the globe to keep track of a black hole. So this was their concept. Now let's talk about the two black holes. At first we have the Sagittarius A star. It is located at the center of our own elliptical galaxy. Sagittarius A star has 4 million times the mass of our sun. It means that the black hole is actually 44 kilometers across. It might sound like a very big, means it is a very giant black hole, but to keep track of it from the earth is rather a very difficult job. Means if you watch it, or means observing it from the earth, it is like a tiny golf ball that is present in a moon. So that is how the scientists explain, means how difficult it is to keep track on the Sagittarius A star from this earth, means from earth. And second we have the monster black hole, which is 1500 times more massive than Sagittarius A star. It is present in an elliptical galaxy M87. Now it might look like it is present in a different galaxy, but actually its size is massive enough to counter its distance. So that's why it is not a very difficult job, means it is difficult, but it is not that much difficult that its distance is so greater that scientists cannot keep a track. Its size is massive enough to counter its distance. So that's why they have also successfully the scientists are also successfully able to keep track on this black hole. Now keeping track on this black hole actually is not a easy job. That's what I said in the beginning of the video. Now you all know that light cannot even pass through the black holes. So how they are going to track where there is no light, means not even light can pass through it. Actually the star, what they are tracking is the stars around it, and they have set up an algorithm, or I would say an image processing algorithm, that would take this data and generate a perfect image of the black hole. What I mean to say is that this means a black hole, suppose it is a spot and they're surrounding all the stars, means the data or the data of the radiating lights of these stars are actually taken, and actually they are training, or the algorithm is trained to fill up the missing value or to fill up the missing space at the center where the black hole is actually present, to get the perfect image of the black hole. So that's how they are tracking. Not only that, the scientists are also waiting to test the theory of relativity by Albert Einstein in real life. So that is also a great expectation for them, means whether how much means truth it is, that how much truth it is behind that theory of relativity, how it would actually work in real life. They are actually waiting to see it. So that was our first update. Now we have this second update, second space research update. So it is related to rain on sun. You all know what rain is. In earth we all have seen raining. The the water which is present in different forms around your environment are actually evaporated, then it condenses and it becomes heavy by the and it becomes heavy after by the force of gravity it rains down to the earth again. So that's how the raining circle works. But in sun the image is a bit different. Actually in sun there are plasma particles. These plasma particles means are electrically charged gas that doesn't pool like water, but instead they trace the magnetic loops that emerges from the sun. I mean, you all have seen a magnet. How does it look? You have a south pole and a north pole, and you all know what a magnetic lines are. Means those are imaginary lines that connects a south pole to a north pole. They are always closed after all. I might be wrong this time that they are always closed. You guys please check it out in the internet or Google it out that they are always closed or not. So actually means this north pole and south pole, you know that it forms a magnetic lines along it. Now these plasma particles or the electrically charged gas, they move along these magnetic field lines. Means the surface of this means the sun surface is just like a roller coaster track where the plasma particle actually move upward through those magnetic field lines, then comes down to another magnetic pole as in the form of a rain. Now at the foot point where it attaches to the sun's surface, the plasma is superheated from a few thousand to over 1.8 million degrees Fahrenheit. It then expands up the loop and gathered at its peak far from the heat source. As the plasma cools, it condenses and gravity lures it down to the loop's leg as coronal rain. Actually, this is what happens in sun. Means it is a bit different from our earthly rain. Now this is a traditional concept which is taken from observations through various telescopes or through various satellite images. This has all been traditional. But a researcher named Emily Mason stated that it is not actually the way you traditionally see it. So her theory is that the raining plasma begins its journey on a closed loop, but switches through a process known as magnetic reconnection to a open one. The phenomenon happens frequently on the sun. When a closed loop bumps into an open field line and the system rewires itself, suddenly the superheated plasma on the closed loop finds itself on an open field line, like a train that has switched track. Some of the plasma will rapidly expand, cool down, and fall back to the sun as coronal rain, but other part of it will escape, forming, they suspect, one part of the slow solar wind. So this is what she stated. Actually, as I explained before, that the plasma particles means they move in a magnetic field lines. Means the circle of this raining is actually through a magnetic field lines. Those means rising up, then condensing, and then cooling, and then coming back to earth. But her concept is that means at first these magnetic field lines are closed, and then means while they are means the plasma particle while they are uprising or they are means forming a cloud, at there means the process through which it goes and forms a cloud. Till then the magnetic field lines actually opens up. Due to this opening up of this magnetic field, this plasma particles radiates, means its it radiates out in the form of a solar wind. Now, according to the current understanding, coronal rain could only be formed in closed loops. It can means the plasma particle has no chances of escaping from the magnetic field lines. But according to Mason, it is actually possible that the magnetic field line is attached in one end and the other end is free in the space, so that the magnetic means the plasma particles could escape into the space in the form of a solar wind. So this was her concept that she made through different means found cases or found observations or observation cases. So she concluded her explanation. She is still waiting for a bigger evidence or a bigger coronal rain to occur, so that she could explain it in a better way, or a better case where she could explain it. And she is also working on a simulation based computer simulation based explanation. Here is the third research update. NASA's Parker Solar Probe completes second closest encounter with Sun. Actually, according to NASA, this is the fastest spacecraft they have ever created in history. Right? NASA on Friday announced that it is Parker Solar Probe, the fastest spacecraft in history, has completed its second close approach to the Sun and is now entering the outer bound phase of the second solar orbit. So this is the fastest probe they have ever created. Now this solar probe was actually launched in 2018. Its main purpose was to explore the mysteries of the Sun and also to explore the mysteries of corona. So this was actually its main purpose, and actually it is fulfilling all its means this it is fulfilling its objective. So this was all of our 3 space research update. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please hit the like button if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Please subscribe to Windows Victor. I would be returning with more space research update in my upcoming videos. Till then, thank you very much.